Daniel took a deep breath as he stood at the edge of the dusty road, watching the sun sink slowly behind the hills. Every evening felt the same, quiet, heavy, and full of questions he didn't have answers to. He was only 16, but life had already taught him more pain than most adults could carry. Daniel, his mother's voice called from inside their small house made of cracked mud walls. Come inside before it gets dark. He turned away from the fading sunset and walked slowly inside. The house smelled faintly of wood smoke and boiled rice. His mother sat by the small table, her hands rough from years of hard work. Sit, she said gently. You didn't eat this afternoon. I'm not hungry, Daniel replied quietly. She looked at him, her eyes soft but tired. You say that every day. Daniel sat anyway. He picked at the food, moving it around more than actually eating. His thoughts were somewhere else far away, in a place where things made sense. Do you still think about him? His mother asked carefully. Daniel froze. She didn't need to say the name. His father, the man who left 3 years ago without a word. I don't think about him, Daniel lied. But he did, every single day. At school, Daniel was known as the quiet one, not because he had nothing to say, but because he had too much. Pain has a way of locking words inside your chest. One afternoon, as he sat alone under a tree during break time, a boy named Samuel approached him. You're always here alone, Samuel said, dropping his bag beside him. Don't you have friends? Daniel shrugged. I don't need any. Samuel laughed lightly. Everyone needs someone. Daniel didn't respond. Samuel studied him for a moment. You're not okay, are you? That question hit deeper than Daniel expected. I'm fine, he said quickly. But Samuel didn't move. You don't look fine. For a long moment, neither of them spoke. The wind rustled the leaves above them. Finally, Daniel whispered, My dad left. Samuel nodded slowly, as if he understood more than he said. Mine too. Daniel looked at him, surprised. Samuel smiled faintly. But I learned something. What? Sometimes the people who leave aren't the ones who define your life. Daniel frowned. Then who does? Samuel pointed upward. God. That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. Samuel's words kept echoing in his mind. God defines your life. He had heard about God all his life. His mother prayed every morning and every night. But Daniel had never truly felt anything. Until that night, he stepped outside. The sky was dark, filled with stars that seemed brighter than usual. God, he whispered. It felt strange saying it out loud. Are you even there? Silence. He sighed. I don't understand anything. My dad left. We struggle every day. And you just watch. Tears filled his eyes. I'm tired. He wiped his face angrily. If you're real, show me something. Anything. The wind blew softly across his face. And for the first time in years, Daniel felt something he couldn't explain. Peace. Not loud. Not overwhelming. Just quiet peace. The next day, Daniel found Samuel again. I prayed, he said. Samuel smiled. And? I don't know. I just felt calm. Samuel nodded. That's how it starts. Starts what? Your journey. Daniel wasn't sure what that meant, but for the first time in a long time, he felt curious instead of empty. Weeks passed, and Daniel slowly began to change. He started helping his mother more. He spoke a little more at school. He even smiled sometimes. But life doesn't change overnight. One evening, his mother came home looking worried. What's wrong? Daniel asked. She hesitated. I lost my job. The words hit like a storm. How will we survive? Daniel asked. She shook her head. I don't know. That night, fear returned, stronger than before. Daniel sat on his bed, staring at the wall. So this is it, he whispered. Things were getting better. And now this? He clenched his fists. No, I won't go back. He stood up and stepped outside again. God, he said, louder this time. I don't understand why this is happening, but I trust you. The words felt heavy, but real. Help us. A few days later, something unexpected happened. Samuel ran toward Daniel at school, breathless. Daniel, I've been looking for you. What's wrong? My uncle, He needs help at his shop. I told him about you. Daniel blinked. Me? Yes. He said you can start tomorrow. Daniel couldn't believe it. That evening, he told his mother. Tears filled her eyes. God is faithful. Daniel smiled slightly. Maybe he really was. Working at the shop wasn't easy. Long hours, little pay. But it was something. And slowly, Daniel began to understand something deeper. Life wasn't about having everything perfect. It was about trusting even when things weren't. One evening, as he closed the shop, Samuel's uncle said something that stayed with him. "You're a strong boy," he said. Daniel shook his head. "I'm not strong." The man smiled. Strength isn't about never breaking. It's about choosing to stand again after you do. Months passed. One afternoon, as Daniel walked home, he saw someone standing outside their house. A man. His heart stopped. It was him, his father. Daniel froze. Every emotion rushed back at once: anger, pain, confusion. His mother stood at the doorway, her face tense. The man stepped forward. "Daniel." Daniel's fists tightened. "Why are you here?" The man swallowed. "I came to apologize." 3 years later, Daniel snapped. "I made mistakes," his father said. "I thought leaving would fix things, but it only broke everything." Daniel's voice shook. "You broke us." Silence. Then his father said something unexpected. "I know I don't deserve forgiveness, but I'm asking anyway." Daniel felt his chest tighten. All the pain he carried, all the nights he cried. He wanted to shout, to push him away, to make him feel the same pain. But then, he remembered something. God defines your life, not your pain, not your past, not the people who hurt you. Daniel took a deep breath. "I don't understand why you left," he said slowly, "and I'm still hurt." His father nodded, tears in his eyes. But Daniel continued, "I don't want to carry this anger anymore." Silence filled the air. "I forgive you." That night, Daniel stood outside again, looking at the sky. But this time, everything felt different. "Thank you," he whispered. He finally understood. Life wasn't about avoiding darkness. It was about finding light in the middle of it. And sometimes, that light comes from the places you least expect. No matter what you're going through right now, no matter how heavy your past feels, there is still light waiting for you. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. And your story is not over yet.